Hey guys, so today I'm filming my Throwback Thursday of my March favorites from 2014. If you've never seen this video from me before, I'll have my playlist linked down below, and basically I will go back 2 years ago to the favorites video of the current month, and I will review all the items that I mentioned and let you know my current thoughts on them, whether I still love them or I have found something that I like better. My inspiration for this series is Kristen Game. I'll have her channel and her playlist linked down below. I will also link down below the original favorites video, and I will list and link all the items that I'm mentioning. So within this video, I do have a couple repeats from last month's Throwback Thursday. Apparently there were just some things I could not get enough of, and I was using them for several months. My first March favorite of 2014 was my go-to winter makeup look. I do believe I have a tutorial on that, which I will link up here, but basically it consisted of 5 things. It consisted of flawless face, bold brows, nude eyes, flushed cheeks, and burgundy lips. So for flawless skin, I was using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade 1W1 Bone. This is the new version. The one I mentioned 2 years ago was the old formula, which I do prefer, but it is no longer available. I do still really enjoy the new formula. This is probably still my most favorite foundation. It does give medium buildable to full coverage. It's a really lightweight consistency that's really easy to blend out. So I do highly recommend this foundation, and it's definitely still a favorite. Next, for bold brows, I was using some Anastasia products. So I was using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe, and I was using the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in the shade Taupe. So the Brow Wiz is one of the best eyebrow pencils out there for me. I think that they have an amazing shade range. Taupe fit my hairs perfectly, and I really love how skinny the pencil was because it had that very precise tip, and it really allowed me to draw on my brows exactly how I want them without them having to look too thick for them to be even. So I definitely love the skinny precise tip, and also the formula is fantastic. It does stick to skin and hair, which is very important for me, so highly recommend that product. It is still a favorite. I, however, do not think I'll be repurchasing it because for me, the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe works exactly the same. Now for the Brow Powder Duo. So I think that the shades are fantastic. They are very, very light, ashy colors, which work perfectly for me. I think the shades are some of the best and the lightest cool tone shades that are available on the market. However, the formula of this powder did not work for me. As you guys know, I always use the NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil as a base before I apply any other brow products. So I had been applying the NYX Eyebrow Shaper, then I would go on top with the Anastasia Brow Pencil, and then I set it with the powder. So after applying the brush from the powder to my brow hair, back to the powder, I got crazy hard pan from using that wax pencil, and I have scraped and scraped and scraped off so many layers, and honestly it feels like the hard pan has gone all the way to the bottom, and this is unusable for me, which is so disappointing because I have used several brow powders that haven't done that to me. And you guys know, basically from the very first day I started doing anything to my brows to currently, I've been using that Eyebrow Shaper wax pencil. So I'm really disappointed that it doesn't work with the formula of this powder because the colors are amazing, but that is the reason that this is not a favorite anymore, and I would definitely not repurchase it. My favorite brow powders would be the MAC Eyeshadow in Omega and the Lorac Take a Brow Kit in Blonde. Those two are phenomenal quality powders, really great shades, and the formula is amazing. For nude eyes, I was using the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. So I would wear Walk of Shame on my lid, Naked 2 in the crease, and Foxy as a brow bone highlight. Now this is a product that I do tend to neglect because the colors are a little more blah, but like I said, they are basic. This is a nice companion palette to go along with some more colorful singles, so I definitely think that this has its place in a makeup collection. The formula of these colors are fantastic. I especially love Walk of Shame and Naked 2. I think those are amazing, and I really love them for this look when I'm wanting a very quick, very simple eye makeup look just to cover up the veining on my lids and help define my crease a little bit. So this is definitely still a favorite. I wouldn't say this is a holy grail item, but I am really happy I have it in my collection and I do enjoy it. Next, for flush cheeks, I have the Balm blush in Down Boy. And this is what Down Boy looks like. It is a matte light pink blush. This does have a neutral undertone because when you pair it with something warm, it looks cool, and when you pair it with something cool, it looks warm. I absolutely love this blush. This is one of my top 2 pink blushes, and I'm not really into pink blush, but I absolutely love this one. I think the color is fantastic. The formula is great. This is really pigmented, so I tend to apply it with a dual fiber blush brush to make sure it doesn't get too crazy, but this did just give the most beautiful flush to the cheek, so I highly recommend this shade. It is definitely still a favorite. Lastly, for burgundy lips, I have the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in the shade Crush. This product is absolutely still a favorite. I have 4 different shades in this because I love the formula so much. It does actually stain your lips. They feel pretty darn moisturizing, so I absolutely love this product. This is one of the items in my Project Use It Up 2016. I'll have that playlist linked up here in case you want to check it out. And now moving on to the rest of the favorites. So the first thing was an eyeshadow palette. I had been using this e.l.f. Elements Quad Custom Compact, whatever you want to call it, which is basically an empty magnetic quad. I have been using that as a travel palette for my winter MAC shadows. And those shadows were Satin Taupe, Cranberry, Haux, and Deep Damson, which I really love. And I have mentioned these in last month's video, I believe. I think this is a fantastic travel palette for only $1. I know it isn't MAC packaging, but this one comes with a mirror, only $1. I think it's fantastic. Something else that I wanted to mention is that the MAC shadows, the magnet on the back of them is compatible with this palette, but Makeup Geek and Anastasia shadows, while they fit in the pans, they don't actually magnetize to the palette because the magnets are not compatible. The next product I do not have here to show you, that is the Jordana Powder Blush in the shade Rouge. So in March of 2014, I was testing out a bunch of Jordana products that I tried. I do have a Jordana hits and misses I'll link up here. Basically, I was disappointed with every single product I tried except for the powder blush in Rouge. I just think that is a beautiful pinky color. It's more of like a pinky rose. It isn't bright bubblegum Barbie pink. It's a beautiful shade. The Jordana blushes are very pigmented, but they are really powdery, and the packaging is terrible. I actually gave all of my Jordana blushes to my sister, and I know one of them she has completely used up, and she does still have the other 2 shades in her collection, and she really enjoys them, so I'm really happy about that. But I just have so many other blushes in my collection that I would prefer to use because I prefer the color and the formula, so that is no longer a favorite of mine, and I have passed it along. The next favorite was a limited edition MAC Mineralize blush in the shade Petal Power. This had come out in the Fantasy of Flowers collection, and since then it has been made permanent. It is part of their permanent collection. I am very fortunate to have it in the old packaging. Now it is in that magnetic packaging that I have heard is impossible to open, and I think it looks like a UFO. I am not really into it. I definitely prefer the old packaging. This is a stunning blush, but it is not unique. This is just like NARS Orgasm, and I have so many NARS Orgasm dupes like the Balm's Bahama Mama. I have the Sleek Blush in Rose Gold that I don't need this one. This one is actually a little bit more beautiful. It is a little bit more pink, while the Balm is more of that shimmery peach color. So I did have this in my pile of things to sell. I'm not sure because this is so pretty. It is so beautiful, so now I'm on the fence about whether I want to keep it or sell it. I do really love the formula of MAC Mineralize blushes. I do not like mineralized products, and I do not like baked products in general. I just find that most mineralized products are just super dry, but I do really enjoy the MAC Mineralize blush formula. Warm Soul is one of my all-time favorite blushes. My next favorite was the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Superb, and this is the same type of formula as the Estee Lauder Heat Wave highlight, which is that gelée formula, which is very interesting to work with. I think it really can look very metallic, especially if you apply it wet. It will be super metallic. I think that this shade is beautiful. I think it is a silvery rose color. A lot of people say it's rose gold, but I do see a lot of silver in it. What do you think? But regardless, this is my go-to winter highlight. I think it is so stunning. And if they ever re-promote their extra mention skin finishes, I highly recommend you pick up a shade or two because I think that they are great quality and I love this shade. So this is definitely still a favorite. Now moving on to lips. The first thing I have is a repeat favorite. This is the NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Hunk, which is a more wearable version in my opinion of Max Rebel. It is a lighter version and the formula itself is a lot thinner and more comfortable. So I think that this is a super moisturizing lipstick line. The lighter shades in the range have awful pigmentation, but the deeper shades have a really nice formula and pretty good pigmentation. This is a product that I used to be obsessed with. I am now neglecting it based on some other lipstick formulas that I prefer. Now this one does not have a very long lasting power. It also doesn't really stay in place well. So if you were someone that has products bleed on you all the time, then I wouldn't recommend this line unless you use a lip liner. I don't personally have trouble with this bleeding on me, but basically no products bleed on me. This is definitely a good one, but it is a neglected product. Next for lip products, I had a couple of different combos. I had one lipstick that I was pairing with two different lip glosses, whether I wanted a more nude look or a light pink look. The lipstick that was in my favorites is the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in Primrose, which is a dupe for MAC Snob. This is a light blue tone pink, but it isn't too blue toned. I think it's very, very wearable. I love the cream finish. It is super comfortable on the lips. It doesn't have the longest lasting power, but I do not mind reapplying this. This is my all-time favorite Holy Grail lipstick. As you can see, I don't have a ton of product left. This is something that I'm trying to finish up in my Finish 6 by Summer challenge. I'll have that video linked up here, and I already have a backup of this that my friend Jean sent to me, so this is absolutely still a favorite. Highly recommend you guys check out the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick line. The cream finishes are amazing. And then the two glosses I was pairing on top are NYX Butter Glosses, which are my Holy Grail drugstore lip gloss. I think they are absolutely amazing. They have a very comfortable feel on the lips. They're not sticky whatsoever, which means that they only last about 2 hours, but I don't mind reapplying. I find that I can wear these on their own or as a lipstick topper. So the two shades I have would be Creme Brulee and Vanilla Cream Pie. Again, a more nude option and a light pink option. Both of these pair beautifully over top of the Primrose lipstick. These are all three favorites, and I do still highly recommend all three products. Lastly, for my favorites, I had a nail polish, and I feel like this is deja vu. I definitely just talked about this in my February favorites for 2016. This is one of my Holy Grail all-time favorite nail polish combinations. So I have the L'Oreal Collection Privé in Doutzen's Nude, and I have the L'Oreal Gold Dust Textured Polishes in the shade The Statement Piece. So I would describe Doutzen's Nude as a light blush color, and the Statement Piece is definitely more of a white gold color. Both of these polishes have a fantastic, fantastic formula. I love these colors. I always wear them together. I use the Statement Piece on my middle finger and ring finger as accent nails. This is one of the best textured polish formulas I've ever tried. Unfortunately, L'Oreal did just discontinue this line, so I would look on eBay or Amazon if you were still interested in picking up some of these shades. So I would consider these to be Holy Grail polishes, and they are definitely still a favorite. So guys, that was my Throwback Thursday of my March favorites from 2014. I would love to know your thoughts if you've tried out any of these products. Thank you all so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.